everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of Citizen Sleeper. Last time we left off, we took care of a few new things. We met a new character, and we also got some bad news about you two. Yeah, Rabiah, we met you. I'm not really sure what I want to focus on doing today. I have one upgrade point, so I can't get any of these things. We frankly don't have a lot of other things to go for. I think probably the next thing I would want is to get into it or Thrill Seeker or Engage up to 3. Because I just don't care about these two abilities. So, yeah, we have something to work towards. I need to enter the Greenway. Find a nurturing grow bed for the seed. Where am I going to find that? I'm thinking because the aviary doesn't work. I thought that would be a nurturing grow bed for the seed, but there's nowhere to put seed at my aviary. So the only thing I can think of is like the commune or something. Yeah, I just don't see anything else anywhere. So I think we just need to work with this some more. So, yep, let's work with this. I can also re-roll my dice, should I need to. Which is good. And I did get some energy back for that. Cool, thank you. Alright, we are now a Haifa member. Which means we get some things. An upgrade point. What do I get an upgrade point for? Build a home. Was that one of my objectives? Join the Haifa commune. Yeah, no, it totally was. Oh, I didn't realize that was a drive I could actually complete here. Haifa dorm. Commune sleeping quarters. Okay, so wow, I got a new place where I can end the cycle. Well, that's useful. If, that's definitely useful if I just want to kind of stay over in this area without having to cross. That is cool. Alright, well, you're the new character that I got. Head down into the Haifa compound, following a blue painted line that is labeled laboratories. The member you were assigned to work with told you they'd ask to see you, but you still have no idea what about. The line takes you to a blue door and through to a glass-roofed chamber, where a network of stems and leaves filter the sunlight coming through the ceiling, casting the whole chamber in a strange yellow-green. Peaceful, isn't it? Distracted by the green, you miss the woman standing at a lab bench, camouflaged by the dappled light. Welcome to my sanctuary, she smiles. Come, let's talk, she says and beckons you closer. What is this place? Here. These were processing centers for the agriculture of the old corporate station. She offers a hand to shake. I'm Riko. I run the botany program at Haifa. What is Haifa? This is a good thing to ask after I'm already a member of the commune. She looks surprised. You've been working in the compound for a while now? I'm surprised you don't know more. She lifts a tiny sample jar. Yellow spores dance inside. Haifa lives off the land of the Greenway. It's what allows us to live like we do. No one here pays or is paid. We sleep here. We feed each other. We work for each other. Riko walks away from the bench and waves for you to follow. She opens a small door and leads you down a glass corridor surrounded by vivid green. All this, she says, gesturing at the overgrowth. It's kind of a miracle. She looks at you with bright eyes. What do you think usually happens to plants on stations like this when they are abandoned? They die? Eventually, yes. They cannot live without intervention. She leads you left at a crossroads, but here, they endured. Smiles to herself. Actually, no, they thrived. Look at the bright tendrils wrapped around the metal frames of the corridor. They look dominant, strong. Like they're taking control of this place. Riko continues. Of course, Solheim tried to create a stable biosphere here, patchworking the surface with gardens and algae tanks that feed into a network of microbial reclamation systems. But the Greenway was always envisioned as extractive, a place from which the harvest is removed and sold to those living on the station, not a closed loop. For this reason, when the collapse came, the Greenway should have gone with it. Erlin himself was so convinced of it that his first colony never even came here to try to reclaim it. Okay, so the Greenway. Yeah, so they never tried to even come back to reclaim the Greenway. The eye instead relied on outside favors and influences, shipments from the inner system, and small-scale agriculture systems like kelp and fungal farm stacks. And yet here we are, among growth and decay, a biosphere flourishing. Oops, hit my mic. When Haifa came here, we expected to find only vacuum-dried stalks and leaves. And perhaps some fungal colonies hidden in the mulch. But we found a jungle. With this, Riko hits a button on the wall and leads you through a pair double doors into a huge, impossible chamber. It is every kind of green, from the pale algae tanks to the dark vines that surround them. It's wet too, a rarity on the eye. Condensation clouds the light from the high glass roof and gathers on the shiny broad leaves of shrubs. Am I gonna find plant 42 in here? How? This is exactly our question. Riko turns to you, visibly excited by the room you both stand in. It doesn't make sense, but in many ways the system is stabilized. Unlike the farm stacks closer to the gap, who need input to support their meager output, this place runs itself. Perhaps Solheim managed something new here. Perhaps they tweaked the plants or built new systems buried deep below us. Or perhaps their collapse caused some fortunate cascade, an unlikely chemical reaction within the biosphere. That's what I'd like you to help me find out. She turns to you, her forehead wet with dew. Me? Yes, you. Riko sits on a railing. These halls run deep, Sleeper, and I'm getting old. Stamps her foot on the metal grating in the walkway. Whatever's causing this, it's to be found in the groves deep in the Greenway. Haifa won't spare anyone for an expedition. It's too dangerous and unnecessary, they say. I can make the case, but I can't get the votes. I'm not gonna run into giant snakes or something, am I? These sleepers are hardy beings. I thought that said hardly beings, and I was like, rude? I know that much, and you can speak to the eye, uncover its secrets, in ways I never can. She holds out an arm so you can help her stand. Bring me samples, spores, seeds, and blooms. I can grow them in the lab and study them. The deeper they are found, the better. If I don't want to, I'm gonna say I will try. That seems rude. Thank you, she smiles, and thank you for listening. Riko leads you back out of the huge chamber and up through the passages. She's a little slower now and stumbles on the steps. You help her when you can. It's good to have new blood in the commune, she says. Many of us have been here a long time, and few come through. She settles back at her bench in the lab, stretching her legs. You go to leave. Come back if you find something, Sleeper, she calls. There are discoveries to be made, and you follow the blue line back up out of the compound. All the time thinking of that impossible magical green. New drive discovered. Enter the Greenway. Oh, and help Riko's experiments. Okay. So, spore study. I need grove spores. You guys asked her samples of spores from the deep groves of the Greenway. With them, she might better understand. Okay, so I need grove spores. Oh, wait. Oh, those are just these. Okay, yeah, sure. There you are. Grateful with contribution. Sleeper, you warm my heart with each delivery. Thank you. Okay, so that's what I just got from this, right? So... yeah, right here. Collect spores. Oh, okay, that's easy. Let's re-roll here. There we go. That way I can do that. That's such a handy ability to have. There we go, 2 grove spores. Yeah, I thought there was something different. It was going to be something different than what I already had. I guess I have already been exploring, you know, the Greenway. I just haven't been... You want me to go deeper, I guess. But first I have to do this stuff. Well, new character, and we're filling in her quest line pretty quickly. Cool. Now, are you the one who I'm going to give the crazy seed to? I imagine so. Sleeper. Riko greets you without so much as looking up from her work. I have some of yours here. Come see. She beckons you over to a heavyweight-looking console wired to a series of specimen jars, some of which contain your spores. Where'd you get this? This, would you believe, she smiles, was a Solheim console built to analyze the nutrient contents of the Greenway crop. Haifa have been using these for decades now, although sometimes they need a little tender care. Oh god, hiccup, please. You look at the machine, patched with whole offcuts, the gaps between which reveal a tangled nest of wiring. If you're honest, it looks like it has received a lot of care. Spores you have here are a real cocktail, selection of types from within the groves. But I've been able to isolate a few. She taps one of the specimen jars. Here we have Tricoloma Matsutake. Riko breezes through the Latin and Japanese pronunciation as if it was nothing. Yeah, not me. So I can get Matsutake mushrooms from that. I just got unlucky and only got girolles the last time. A species Solheim, somewhat modified for use on the station. She brings up a panel of chemical composition on her console. All gradiented bars and obtuse acronyms. This is the composition of the Solheim modified Matsutake spores. Modified? Yes, every species on the eye is a tweaked variant of Solheim's, of course, but that's not the point. Riko brings up another panel, identical in layout, but with wildly different colors and numbers. You see, this is what your Matsutake spores looks like. They aren't the same? That's the conclusion, yes. Riko glances at the specimen jar as if it might have something to add. They are fundamentally the same spores, but they carry different chemicals, different signals. She leans back and sighs. Solheim may have introduced their own tweaked versions in the beginning, but the groves have and still are affecting them. Affecting them how? It's hard to tell without samples of fully grown mushrooms. She meets your eye, and herein lies our problem. She moves to another desk where two trays sit side by side. The first contains nothing but plant mulch, the second you smell before you even look at it. Pungent aroma of the fruiting Matsutake like rotting sodden overalls laced with an edge of spice. Matsutake here are grown from Solheim stalks, pulled from a spore vault in this complex, she winks. They are delicious, by the way. She sets them aside. The empty tray is germinated with the spores you collected. No activity, no germination, nothing. The groves are full. Yeah, so there's something specific about the groves. There's something in the soil there that's doing this? Yes, they are. Riko looks at you directly, and you suddenly realize how much she is enjoying this. So here's our puzzle, Sleeper. Spores from the grove won't grow in the lab. But gathering fruiting bodies from the grove is too unpredictable. We need to grow a fruiting body from some of these spores so we can track it. Understand it. In short, I need you to become my mushroom farmer. Actually, I already started. Riko looks impressed. Well, well, an eager mycologist. I'd never have guessed. I assume you set yourself up in the aviary? I've been eyeing that place up for its proximity to the groves. Bring me whatever grows, not just Matsutake. There's more than a couple of variants in there, so I'll need plenty of samples. She plucks a Matsutake cap from the tray. These little things are reflections of their conditions, their smell, their taste, their chemistry. All derives from the conditions of their growth. She smells the cap. Enough of these are... I'm guessing that's supposed to say and. We'll have a picture of what is happening here. Of the ways in which this biosphere is modifying itself, or being modified, whichever the case may be. Riko pops the Matsutake cap into her mouth, taking you by surprise. And don't worry, Sleeper, she says while softly chewing. This turns out to be a dead end. I'll make sure that not a single mushroom will go to waste. Okay, so I do need to actually plant more spores, is what I'm hearing. So I need more of those. Alright, well, let's go over here and do this. Collect spores, yeah. So, boom. Neutral, only one. There's no point in using the one on that. I am starting to run out of scrap, but my one is not going to get me some scrap, right? Yeah, and this is dangerous. I could like lose condition doing that if it goes negative. I'll just go do something else. Well, at least this will give me an opportunity to get some Matsutake for what's your face as well? Imphis. Now the question is, what do I do? I could get some Yadigan data. Sure. Oh, no, that needs a 2. What about you, Havenage? Also needs a 2. The Yadigans usually always required 1. That's weird. Okay, there we go. There's a 1. Well, I got some cryo out of it, so... worth it. Cool. Alright, so let's go nap. Here you are, kitty. Have some of my cryo I earned by hacking. Cool. Alright, in cycle? Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Okay, we have some new objectives. Ooh, I think some things may have completed today. Okay, let's go back. Yep, so Rabiah, there's new stuff with you. I'm still waiting on the Sidereal. Okay, so Rabiah, what's the deal with you? As you approach the address Rabiah gave you, a heavy hand falls on your shoulder. What's your business here? The enforcer grips your shoulder, giving a hint of the strength her implants give her. As you turn, you see the same subsidiary eyes as Rabiah and Toshiro have, glinting like mirrors on her cheeks. Gia, please. The sleeper's here by my invitation. Rabiah's command, the hand immediately loosens and an apologetic look replaces the scowl on Gia's face. Of course, Rabiah. Sorry. Rabiah waves her away. Don't you worry. I appreciate your protective instincts. Smiles at the enforcer. How about you head to the timber? They have a delivery coming and they'll need some help with the lifting. Gia nods and walks away. So, Sleeper, you came, I'm glad. It didn't feel like an offer. I'm sorry for that. She smiles a tight smile. You have to understand. Finding you there in Sabine's unit, I wasn't sure where we stood. There are more than a few people on the station who would rather I was dead. Had to be sure you weren't one of them. I wish you no harm. I'm glad. Rabiah begins walking and gestures for you to walk with her. She takes you down the staircase into the bustling walkways of the low end. What do you know about Yadigan? You're a gang? A gang, yes, that is what people call us, but what meaning does that word have in this place? People with carts push past, moving crates of supplies around the thin and winding passages. Our reputation is one that implies threat. Is that fair to say? We are framed as aggressors, parasites, criminals. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to automatically assume that you're totally the bad people here, because a lot of the people calling you bad are like Havenage and shit, but we'll see if you're not bad. Gestures around at the people in the passageway. When was the last time you saw a lawmaker on the Eye? A policeman? Who makes the laws here? No one, really. This is true. The Eye is lawless, so it's up to us to all make it work for us. But I don't imagine you think that's a good thing. If you had spent your time in the low end, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place, our people. The low end was empty in Erlin's time. They didn't need to house thousands, and keeping the yards and the rotunda safe was work enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later, when the refugees started arriving. Rabiah meets your eye. The collapse didn't just happen here on this station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned. The moons of Ember and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some tried to hold it together, some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erlin, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. But many within his organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they hoped. Rabiah leads you through a small market hall, busy with small stalls and traders. Erlin's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. Refugees came from different factions and families, were scared, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. Yeah, makes sense. Yadigan is a child of that conflict, a child born out of need for us to stand up and claim our future. To provide security, strength. People call us a gang, but we are a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth I have worked to earn it. Yeah, I mean, usually how these things go is the premise of this sounds good, but the question is, do the people in power take advantage of it or not, or are you actually doing this for the community? Rabiah catches herself before she raises her voice any further, and you both walk in silence for a while, among the smells and textures of the low end. Start to wonder if this place could be a home for you too. Where do I come into this? Rabiah smiles to herself and thinks for a moment before she responds. I believe that you understand the importance of a refuge, so I also believe that you wish to keep this place safe. She exhales quietly. For this reason, I would like you to trust me. I do not know what Sabine told you about us, but I imagine it was not good. I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I was never comfortable with having Sabine as part of Yadigan. An ex-corporate employee. It goes against our nature. Their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabine had their surgery, kept it supplied, that was all. I cannot allow people to go back on the promises they made to us. Yadigan has not lasted this long because it is a charity. We offer and ask for support. Any betrayal will be treated as an attack. Yeah, it's hard to trust someone with the stuff that we just met. You could just as easily be an asshole. They were trapped, desperate. Many on the IR, Sleeper. I'm sorry, but we must ask that our debts are paid in full. Sabine found something. Please, I don't want to hear their accusations. They only wanted to escape their debt. They would have said anything. Where are they now to stand behind their claims? I'll find them. As will we. Realize that Rabiah has led you in a loop, and together you both come up a staircase to the walkway where you met. You're free to go, Sleeper. I've said what I wish to say. She looks out through the windows of the walkway. I would protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I want to make that clear. Turns back. However, if you too wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish, and there will be tasks for you to complete. You'll be able to see Yadigan, to see the low end with your own eyes, not as others frame us. As for Sabine, she pauses to consider her words. I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully. With that, Rabiah leaves, slipping back into her office while you stare out at the countless units, each a home, each with a story, that make up the low ends. Yeah, it's easy to feel like you're right, and Sabine is possibly in the wrong here. I definitely don't think Havenage is in the right. And of course a gang would have to rise up to help the group of people that needed a support system. I mean, usually the reason gangs rise up in the first place is because people just don't have another option. I just worry about if the gang is actually doing it for the people at this point, or if whoever's at the top of this gang is just, you know, kind of bleeding the people dry and applying, like, throwing their weight around on people that don't deserve it and such. These sorts of things have a bad habit of kind of becoming shitty when just some asshole gets in a place of power, so I'm skeptical. But, sure. How do you feel about Yadigan? It seems working through Rabiah's the best chance to get insight in the organization. So, collect. Yadigan operates on an in-kind basis, you are told, and tithes of goods or services must be collected in exchange for protection and administration. I don't like that you have, like, the Yakuza protection money system. I don't know if that's exactly what this is, but that's what it sounds like. You have to perform many roles, from protection to logistics and everything in between. You never know what you may face on a patrol. You do get scrap components from this, which is cool. I mean, this could be something I'll maybe follow up on, but for now, I'm going to go over here. They don't leave a good first impression, but Havenage didn't either. Havenage definitely didn't leave a good impression either. So, mushroom groves. Alright, so forage. Sounds good to me. And oh shit. Damn it. No, I'm trying to collect spores. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Well, that restored my energy a little bit, I guess. One grove spore. This could go negative, but please, can we just at least get a neutral? Thank you. Love to see it. Let's go ahead and re-roll these. Cool, 2 4s. Alright. No, not here. So you need, yeah, Matsutake and Girol. But we need to plant in our fungal beds. I feel like it's going to take a really long time to finish this off, right? I do already have some Girol caps, so I guess I should, give those to you. So, alright, there we go. Our stuff's planted. It's 4 cycles for that to finish. Alright, let's put some of these in here. I don't need these for anything else, really. Cool. Okay, so we get 2 each time. So, my next harvest, I may be able to finish this off. Cool. Now what? So, I don't really need to do anything else here. Yeah, I don't need to do anything else there. I planted my stuff, we've been to the farm stacks. I should probably use one of these getting this. Yeah. Cool. Ooh, lost energy for that, though. That's no bueno. But I have money, I can just buy some stuff from Memphis if, need be. Do I even have anything else to work on? I really don't, so... Yeah, I think I'm just going to do this Yadigan shit, even though I'm suspect of them. There's not really anything else for me to work towards. So, patrol, Yadigan performs many roles. This gives me my energy back. I think I'll do this one. Give me my energy, please. Neutral. Okay, cool. We got 1 energy and 1 Yadigan outsider. Good stuff. Alright, nap time. Sure, feed the stray. Sure. And, go ahead and do that. I feel like the feeding the stray is not doing anything at this point. But, I don't know, I still feel the need to go with it, I suppose. Still feel the need to continue. Ooh, good rolls, good rolls. Okay, well... Lemon Mina, and also... It is gone. Yep. There's no answer when you buzz Lim's unit, but the door is open. You push the door and find Mina sitting in the middle of the floor playing with Bun Bun. Hi, Mina. Hi, robot, says Mina suddenly, waving Bun Bun's paw without looking up. Where's Daddy? Mina doesn't respond. She walks Bun Bun across the floor, narrating quietly to herself. You look around the unit. It's a mess. Dishes and glasses on the side. Some of Mina's clothes piled up in a corner. Mina sitting by her bag, which is spilled out across the floor. Her drawing slate cracked and dark. Let's tidy up. Start with the kitchen units, piling up the dishes in the auto wash and wiping them down. Pile up the clothes next, folding them neatly. Mina watches you quietly as she plays, curious but silent. Just started to look at fixing her cracked slate when Lim enters. Sleeper, what are you? He pauses and looks from you and Mina and back again. Never mind. Drops it back by the door and slumps onto the couch. Everything okay? Lets out a weak laugh. We got the past few cycles now too? Wish I was so lucky. Looks away at the open door. Look, now's not a good time. What happened? What happened? We messed up, that's what happened. We put our hopes in someone else's stupid scheme. He pinches the bridge of his nose. You understand they never even put us on the list, right? I've been all around the rim looking for work and I've run into more than a few from the crews. Turns out only long-time Havenage members were issued those Celis ID numbers. They never planned to consider us. Havenage say they didn't know that was what they were going to use to make the draw, and who knows, maybe Celis pulled the wool over their eyes, but what does it matter? All those hours in the yards for a hand-to-mouth wage and nothing else. He slams his hand down on the sofa. That can't be it. Well, it is. Looks to the open door again. They're moving the Sidereal up to the hub now, you know, he says without meeting your eye. That's where it'll depart from. They're bringing in a ship with all their cryo-sleep pioneers and transferring them up there in microgravity before loading the crew. We could sneak aboard. You think they're just going to let people on board? The security they'll have has to be impossible. Looks over at Mina. Look, we'll be fine. We always have been. I just need a little time. He sighs. We had our hearts set on that trip, is all. Mina comes over and climbs onto his lap and smiles. What if I got you on board? I missed you these past few cycles. I missed that optimism. Lim strokes Mina's hair. Look, you want to go up to the hub and ask around, be my guest. Can't get up there with Mina down here, and I'm sure the Sidereal will bring in a crowd, but be careful. This kind of thing always attracts scammers and thieves. You find any way aboard, you take it. You need help to get there? Ask me. But for now, me and Meanie here are sticking on the eye. She looks up at him and smiles. Thanks, Lim. No, thank you, Sleeper, for coming by. You stand to leave and Mina grabs your hand, eager to give you one more smile. Then you're out, back into the walkways of the low end, already thinking of plans to make this right. Fuck. I have to help Lim. And Mina, I'm sorry, but God, I can't. It destroys my heart. It destroys my heart. I cannot stand it. Damn it. Yet again, dispensary. So they moved it up on the tower thing, right? Is what I'm guessing. Freight hub, ascender cart. Let me just review some of these things. Export, sell, ship mind. Cinder car, midline freight hub. Yeah, random items and garbage. That's just for farming stuff. I don't care about that. I'm trying to make progress here. Yep, there you are. Okay, Sidereal dock. So let's check out some of these things again. Spacer meal. Okay, yeah, there is still this thing. That is right. I do still have this I can work on. I completely forgot about this, the Weightless Wanderer stuff. Whoopsie doopsie. And that's just the descender car. Okay, but this is our priority right now. Away on board, miners energy, scout the dock. Yeah, hell yeah, we're scouting the dock. You hope against hope that there's a chink in the Sidereal Horizon's vast armor. Yeah. Nah, we're finishing this. This is happening. Boom. Okay, what do we got? Ooh, Castor. Hello, I didn't think I'd be seeing you again. Quite the achievement, isn't she? Sandra Celis must be proud. Recognized the resonating voice of Castor immediately and turned to see him, hooded and tucked in the shadows near the viewing platform. Castor. So you remember our game? Good. Looks around, but the platform is clear. I'm afraid you'll have to wait for a rematch. Microgravity makes Tavla a bit difficult. Smiles broadly. Castor walks out to stand beside you on the platform. The telltale clunk of magnetic boots accompanies his slow crossing. He notices you looking at him. I don't much like it up here, he explains. Here there was some trouble at the Havenage shipyard when they announced the results of the crew lottery. They screwed us. I know. He sighs, meeting your eye. Ugly business. Celis are too used to the way things work in the core. Exploitation is the only logic they know. Gestures out the Sidereal. You know why they built this monstrosity on the Eye? Money? That was a part, perhaps, but there are cheaper shipyards. Stares at the pristine yellow hull. Celis built it here, says Castor gravely, because they didn't want anyone to know it exists. Yeah, that's what I thought. Rubs his forehead, and secrecy is something I cannot abide. Turns to face you. There are people being loaded onto that ship as we speak. Sleeping people, locked in cryosleep like the person that you were emulated from. There are hundreds of them, and Celis wants to send them out to a planet at the edge of the settled systems without anyone knowing where it is. But you, Sleeper, can do something about that. You're like me, you deal with data. You can read it right out of the air. Someone like you on that ship, secrecy isn't a problem. You can ping back whatever I need whenever I need it, as long as you're on board. With you on the Sidereal, and some minor modifications, he pauses, you'll be my eyes and ears. I'll keep track of Celis's grand project through you. In short, says Castor, stretching, I can get you aboard, Sleeper, but I'm gonna need you to help me. It's fine with me. Who are you? I'm a concerned party, someone who likes to know what's happening when it's happening, not afterwards. It's not just me. Yes, your friend Lim. I can be arranged. It is difficult, but not impossible. The condition is, of course, that you go too. Castor clunks closer to the window, watching the tugs wheeling around the Sidereal. It's a simple offer, the only one that'll get you on that ship. Hiccup, please. Please consider it. He turns back, silhouetted against the ship. But to make it happen, I need your assistance. As I said, there's a Celis Foundation ship docked in the now empty shipyard. I need the data from its servers. This will allow me to produce the IDs necessary for your transit. Castor looks over his glasses at you. Celis aren't stupid, though. Their ship is totally isolated from the station. You'll need to get on board if you want access to their air-walled servers. Once you have the data, meet me at your friend's unit so we can give him the good news. Smiles. I noticed his importance to you in the little one. So cute. You don't extract the data before the Sidereal Horizon leaves the hub, and I will get the message. We have other options, but you are certainly my preferred one. But be sure when you act, Sleeper. Once you take the data from Celis, you'll set off a series of events that'll likely be hard for you to untangle yourself from. Either way, I recommend you stop asking around up here. You're bringing a lot of attention to yourself. Castor glances around as if to emphasize his point. There are only a handful of cycles until departure, Sleeper. Make your decision. That Castor marches off back off the platform. Sound of the mag boots fading away, leaving you to contemplate the Sidereal Horizon and the part it may play in your future. New drive. And yeah, we got stuff going on. So if I go in here, is this not what you were talking about? You said in several cycles you will either be on board or not. So do I have to do this stuff to get it? Up there's no gravity, it's just moving around, takes a while, let it go navigating the base. So do I have to get Weightless Wanderer first? Possibly? So, minus energy, minus cryo. I'll go with this one. I can lose cryo more than I can lose energy. Positive outcome. If I could get one more positive outcome, that would be dope. Damn. But I got some energy back, so I don't have to worry about eating. Bliss. Okay, well the game just saved, so I do think we are going to go ahead and end things off here, but it seems like we're making some progress. I am not totally sure. Steal the Celis data if you cooperate. Yeah, so I'm guessing I maybe have to get Weightless Wanderer before I can do that. I'm not sure though. Alright, but yeah, we need to go ahead and end this episode off here, so I hope you enjoyed this episode of Citizen Sleeper, and I'll see you next time.